Hey, yo, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Action Jackson, and then today I'm continuing my series talking about all the drafted rookies in the 2024 class, and this time I'm going to be talking about a third-round pick with the ninth. Third-round pick and the ninth overall. I'm going to be talking about Cooper Beebee, our guard. We drafted him as a guard, most likely going to play center. I'm going to talk about my expectations for him and what he should be able to do his rookie year. So before we hop into the video, I appreciate if you guys would like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment, and share my video with anyone who you think will enjoy my content. Hopping straight into it, of course, other than him staying healthy and him not being a penalty-driven player, what I'm expecting Cooper Beebee to do is step number one, I need him to win this position flat out. I don't need, now what I mean by that, I need him to win the position at center over Brock Hoffman by a mile and even more. I need him to win this center position by a long, it shouldn't even be any doubts, because if you're going to leave it up to the organization, to the Joneses, Steven and Jerry, Will McClay, and this coaching staff, if you throw it up in the air between, they both had really good camps, who do they like more, Brock Hoffman or Cooper Beebee? It's a toss-up, right? You don't really want that to be a toss-up, because I think where they should lean to is Cooper Beebee, but the way they've been talking about Brock Hoffman, this fan base, Mike Solari, Mike McCarthy, and the Jones, especially Steven and Will McClay, they've been talking greatly about Brock Hoffman. So I think this organization really loves Brock Hoffman. I don't think politics is going to get in the way of this, because we traded back 5 spots to pick up Tyler Guyton, and then we used that eventual third-round pick that the Detroit Lions gave us to draft a guy like Cooper Beebee. And then if you look right here on the screen, Cooper Beebee since 2021, and you're looking at some of his snaps, when he had 1,200 pass blocking snaps, he only allowed 28 pressures and 2 sacks. That is really good off of a, 3-year span from when he played in 21, 22, then 23, and then he just got drafted in April of 24. So he did really great at K-State, and he has a lot of good film to him, especially if you look at his Texas film, right? Because when you're looking at that Texas tape, right, you're playing against guys like T'Vondre Sweat, second-round pick to Tennessee. He also played Byron Murphy, first-round pick to Seattle. Then you also got to think about he played in that bowl game that I forgot what bowl game that was. I think it was either the Cotton Bowl or it was the Sugar Bowl, something like that, where he was playing against one of those top teams, and it was Alabama, right? That's when Deuce Vaughn went crazy against Alabama and Nick Saban in them, right? And you got to think about that defensive interior line that they had, and then, you know, Will Anderson and all those guys, right? You know, Will Anderson doesn't play interior defensive line, but he plays edge. But again, Bama's always getting these defensive tackles that can really stand out and really play for you. You know, I think one of the defensive tackles, Mathis, had went to the Washington Commanders, so he's seen a lot of pro talent just in the years he was at K-State. You see a lot of film when he's on that move and they're pulling him. He's knocking dudes to the dirt. He's dirting them. He's knocking people over. He's a bowling ball. If now in this league, you know, there's rules in place where you can't hit these offensive line in the ankles or in the knees no more. So now when you're seeing Cooper Beebee on the move, you're going to see him straight up face to face, and you can't go low on him. He's just going to blow by you and just, not blow by you, but he's just going to blow you up and just send you flying back on your back 5 or 10 yards. So he's one of those physical guard slash centers, and we drafted him to be a center. So he needs to win the center position by a mile in preseason and training camp. Also, him and Dak needs to be on a really great eye-to-eye level when we're talking about snapping the ball. I can't have it where Ronnie's got to have it down. It's 3rd and 5, and we need to get us a quick seam route or a quick out route to CeeDee Lamb or Brandon Cooks, and you're rolling the ball to Dak Prescott. That can't happen. Again, I choose Tyler Biadasz as the quote-unquote punching bag, but we're trying to be better than what Tyler Biadasz was, and I think that already from a physical stature, not only a physical stature from what he was doing at K-State alone, I believe that Cooper Beebee can automatically be an automatic upgrade over Tyler Biadasz. Just the thing that Cooper Beebee has to get down is snapping the ball. But 2021, week 1, it was 3rd down. We were at the goal line versus Tampa Bay, and that was that shootout game that we had week 1, right? And it was one play that sticks out to me where Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper scored on the left pylon on the left side. And I remember Tyler Biadasz rolled the ball to Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott was expecting it to be in his hands. It was rolling. It was rolling on his ankles. He had to pick the ball up quickly, take a quick 2.5, 3-step drop, and throw it immediately to Amari Cooper. Right. Again, the play could have looked a little bit cleaner. Still was a touchdown at the end of the day, but that play could have been a little bit faster had he gotten the ball to Dak Prescott at a more quicker time. Same season, week 3, right? And when I'm talking about Cooper Beebee, when I'm talking about now his anchoring, right? Week 3, 2021 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. It was our first home game. It was 21-0 at the time, and the only time Philadelphia scored was on this play when Javon Hargrave literally picked up Connor Williams and Tyler Biadasz picked them both up and threw him back on Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott got rid of the ball, trying to get rid of it, and went up in the air, batted up in the air. Fletcher Cox picked it off, and it was ball. They scored a touchdown. It was 21-7 Dallas, but that's the only time they scored. And we've seen a bunch of times where Tyler Biadasz was getting pushed back, whether that was Arik Armstead, Dexter Lawrence, Vita Vea. Again, everybody I'm naming is all great, all pro defensive tackles. But again, you're going to see that within your division alone. Then when it's time to hit the road and you got to go to some of these playoff games and you're playing Detroit, Lee McNeil, and you're playing against DJ Reader, you're playing against Keanu Benton from the Steelers, when you're playing Cam Hayward, when you're playing a lot of these great defensive tackles, you can't be weak at the center position. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, right? You can't be weak at the point of attack. I need Cooper Beebee to move guys out of A and B gap and get to the mic. He can automatically do that. He was automatically doing that at K-State. He had no problem doing that in his game. So that physicality part, I have no problem with. I need him to move guys in the run game. He's shown that a bunch of times. He's going to anchor really well. Yeah, pass game, I'm not worried about that again because, again, when he was going up against some of those top defensive tackles, he was stouting out, putting his arms out, and it was going nowhere. Like, you couldn't move Cooper Beebee at all. He's an unmovable force at the offensive line position. But then back again to when I'm talking about him and Dak Prescott need to be eye to eye. When we're running these dummy calls, we're at home or we're away, and it's like we have a home atmosphere because, again, we're one of the biggest fan bases and we travel anywhere. So if we're going to one of these games where, we have the signal calls to where we like it at, I need Dak and Beebee to be on that same connection like Travis Frederick and Tony Romo was. What I mean by that is, as soon as we dummy call and we call the fake cadence to jump somebody off sides on the defensive side of the ball, snap the ball. And my play is, I talked about it before, Brandon Cooks, run that 9 route, get open, draw a DPI, CeeDee Lamb, get the F open, Ferg, get open, and everybody else just has to figure it out, right? That's how I am, and that's how I like to play football. If we know that you jumped off sides defensively, snap that ball. I don't care if the quarterback's ready or not. Somebody got to get open. Quarterback, be ready, because we're going to anticipate that, and we've been able in the past to get guys off sides, but Biadasz and Dak wasn't on the same level to know, like, hey, we've seen a lot of guys where they'll jump off sides and then they will jump automatically back to the line of scrimmage, back on their side of the ball before it even happened because they weren't on the same level. Everyone needs to get set. Everyone needs to get ready. So that's when we're getting guys off sides, we can run that play, what I was just talking about, and we can get a lot more explosive or just a lot more free yards if we can get a dummy call going, get one of the defensive linemen to jump off sides, and then bam, you'll have Cooper Beebee snapping the ball, and then we'll be great. I have a separate video talking about this offensive line, and I think that this offensive line as a whole will dictate how well we do in the playoffs and how well we will do in the regular season, depending on how good our offensive line is. The one caveat part, or something that we also have to look out for, is what happens if Brock Hoffman is a really good center, right? And I think this is something that we kind of need to touch on real quick after this in the video. But I think that if Brock Hoffman can turn out to be a solid center, if he can just be better than Tyler Biadasz, if he can deal with a gap, not get pushed back by some of these great defensive tackles, Arik Armstead, obviously he's playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We won't be seeing him. But if he won't get driven back by Javon Hargrave, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Dexter Lawrence, You know, if he isn't getting driven back by any of those guys in pass protection, he's able to anchor really well, and he's able to move guys out of gaps and run game. And Cooper Beebee is a guy that does not see the field until 2025 when Zach Martin retires, and then Zach Martin is your next great guard. I will not be mad at that at all. But I truly feel that Cooper Beebee will win the starting center position, and he will be your center for the next 10 years. But like I said, he has to win that spot convincingly, which I think he will. I'm not down that he won't, but I'm just saying you also have to play into the fact that we don't know what Brock Hoffman's going to be. I feel indifferent about him. I don't have a negative or a positive opinion to have about him, because in the games that he did play, like that Cardinals game, a few snaps in that San Francisco game and that Washington game, I can't say I have a whole lot of opinion about Brock Hoffman, right? So we'll see in the preseason. We'll see in training camp if Brock Hoffman is doing his thing. But if he's not, I think Cooper Beebee will easily be your center. And I think your new and improved offensive line will be a lot better. And I think if it is better, we'll be a lot better as a team. It will be greater once we figure out the running back position along with this offensive line. Ready for the video. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.